Hi, oh my god, I've been waiting for a long time to get back on this mic. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Melody, and this is my new baby. A moment with Melody, a moment with me, a moment to listen, a moment to talk about life and things. I feel like I've tried to sit and record an episode a lot of times this year. Every time I end up crying. And then I'm like, I don't want to post this. And I told myself that if I cry this time, I'm going to post it regardless. I just need to embrace that shit, you know? I'm willing to be vulnerable. That's why I ever did a podcast in the past. And listen, I appreciate everybody who's ever listened to my podcast before. Unfortunately, all of the stuff that I put out in the past, the quality was bad. I still have, the stuff for reference, but RIP to my old podcast. We're in a new era, okay? I'm fucking 30 years old now. That's crazy. I feel like I used to be so scared to turn 30, and now I'm really enjoying it. I feel like, and honestly, looking back at all of my YouTube videos, I'm gonna maybe insert a clip of what I looked like before. I've lost a lot of weight. I've mentally got into a better place. To be fully honest with you, if I would have put out any of the episodes that I recorded this year prior to this, I would have probably said some things that I may have regretted based on emotion. My life is, there's always something to talk about. There's so many different sides to me, and I'm gonna get into all of those. But I feel like there's not anybody that I personally know that I can really relate to on a lot of different sides and parts of me. And so I'm just out here trying to fucking find my tribe and trying to find somebody who feels me and who can relate to me and who has gone through shit and experienced shit that I have. I always relate to people that fucking talk about shit on the internet the most. And it's a really good feeling. It's you're not fucking alone, you know? I don't know where to fucking start. Okay, so 30 years old. My 20s were a lot. I feel like they were the years where I learned how to say no, where I learned what I really liked, what I really didn't like, what I wanted, what I didn't want, what kind of friends I wanted, what kind of people I needed around me, what gaslighting was, what boundaries were. I learned how to stand firm on my boundaries. So many just lessons about life and friendships and love and just so much. My 20s were crazy. I'm just ready for this era. 30s are the new 20s, baby. You're more mentally stable, you got a little more money, and you just make better decisions. You know what I mean? She's still single, baby. I'm always keep you updated on that. And listen, the dating pool and the dating life right now is crazy. I've been dating for the past 6 months, let's say, okay? Because the whole beginning of this year, I was trying not to date because I was trying to get over this relationship situation. So my voice is probably gonna sound funny today. I'm a little raspy and I sneezy and whatnot, a little sniffly. If you hear me doing that, please, I'm sick, okay? I'm really trying to down this wine because it's gonna help me, let it all out, everything I gotta say. I feel like a lot of people are waiting on this episode, and shout out to the person that I ran into at the gym who asked me when my podcast was coming. I know this is not the best visuals and background and whatever, but if you've seen what my shit looked like before, this is definitely an upgrade. We're getting somewhere, okay? I started off editing on iMovie. I edit on Premiere Pro now. I have this thing where I lose my train of thought all the time. Like, that's gonna happen. Just so you know. Okay, I've been dating for the last 6 months because I was in this relationship situation, right? That's what I was saying. And I call it a relationship situationship thing because that's really like what it was. I don't want to like. I was dealing with the person for like 2 years about, and I literally fell in and out of love, to be like for real. But it was like a whole process for me to get over them. I literally cried every fucking day for like months. And I feel like I used to cry like talking about it, and I'm finally in a place where I feel good and I can like reflect on it. On the more positive side, it really taught me a lot. I learned a lot, and he kind of like lit a fire in my ass that started my like self-care and my self-love like journey a little bit more. Like, I was already trying to like get there, but obviously it didn't work out. But we were doing all the relationship shit. That's why I'm saying it was a relationship situationship. Like the gifts and the flowers and the dates and the little sleepovers and vacations and like the messages and literally like the raw sex, like all of the things, the communication, and just the full thing in my fucking, sense of what a relationship is. So I didn't want to date anybody or try to like even sleep with anybody for a while. Believe it or not, he's the only guy I slept with probably for like over a year. Not girls, okay, but guy. And I felt like I didn't want to just start hooking up with guys because I feel like I wasn't going to be able to enjoy it if my mind was like, somewhere else. So I took some months to myself to get my thoughts together. Therapy. I started working out. So I'm dating now. That was like a little brief, like, why I've only been dating for 6 months. I'm always real with you guys, and I feel like a lot of times I felt like I didn't want to exploit my life for content. I've always talked about my life when I've done things like this, and so I don't want it to stop now. I want to be super open with you guys. I might change the timelines. I'm still never going to mention anybody's name specifically. I just don't name drop. But yeah, so dating this year, I have come across so many different kinds of guys. That sounds crazy. I've probably dated like 10 different guys this year. I don't care. Judge me. I'm single. I'm 30 years old. I know what I want. I feel like I trust my judgment better these days than I ever have before, obviously. And so I feel like there's guys who I've met who I just feel like I can't see myself with. And I was not hooking up with everybody at once, okay? Whatever. I have had a roster. I had to build a new one. I didn't have one, okay? But there's never more than like two, 3 max active people on it. And I normally use protection. Okay, like, it is what it is. I don't date anybody and expect them to not date other people. Unless you want to fucking be with me, then you gotta fucking, say that then. You gotta say it with your chest. But I feel like because of what I do, and I guess we can get into that. Okay, I do a lot of things for work. I have a 9 to 5. And if you know me, you know what I do. I work in a field that I don't want to mention. Corporate style office job. And then I recently started dipping my toes into the OF corn star world. I've shot some scenes. I've been doing that lately, and I feel like I'm living this weird double life because in the day I'm just a whole different bitch than when I'm, doing my other job. And then I also do like marketing, and I've just done a lot of things. I don't think this podcast is going to be too long because my throat hurts. But I just wanted to fucking come on here and say, like, expect more of this. I know that I feel like I've probably said that before, but I was doing so many things. I had to let go of a lot of things I was working on to find a better balance in my life. My priorities have changed, and I feel like I've had them balanced enough to where I'm now able to fit this into my life and where I'm in a more emotionally stable place to do so. I was, some years ago depressed, and my anxiety's always been a thing that I deal with, which I'll also talk about on here. But I feel like I'm happy. I'm content with where I'm at. I'm working towards where I want to be. What else do we talk about on this episode? I want to make it like quick, cute, and to the point. I want to show people with this podcast that I'm a lot more than just... I feel like once I started doing OnlyFans, everybody tried to put me in that box, especially because it's evolved and I've gotten deeper into it. And it's like, I don't want to be put in a box. I can do different things, right? Like, I'm not just that. I'm a lot of things, I am a fucking slut and a whore, whatever you want to call me, but I'm also good at other things. I'm good at podcasting, and that's what I want to show you guys. So, next fucking topic of conversation, okay? I'm still gonna keep it very very raw, very real, just because that is really truly me at the core. Don't ever think that I'm not getting like dig down, because I am, okay? I don't think that I would be able to go that long without it. I went some months without it this year, to just, get my shit together, and then we was back in there doing the thing. I've honestly had the best sex of my life this year, like, free and myself, and listen, for a long time I didn't want to put a podcast out because I felt like people were like watching and waiting for me to talk about something or somebody, or I've heard so many stories of people telling me like, oh, this person told me they think you're talking about this person, or this person thinks it's about them. And it's like, most of the time they've been wrong. It's just funny to me, but I feel like I really was trying to be considerate of other people's feelings. And then I realized, like, nobody has been very considerate of my feelings. So, it's time for me to just fucking prioritize my own feelings. So, I'm gonna get into so many things. One being, I just want to warn everybody who's trying to date in LA that it's rough out here. The amount of different shit I have like come across is crazy. A lot of guys like lying. There's this guy that I recently started seeing. He like, we went out, we've gone on, a few little dates. It was all great. We hooked up, and then the other day I see that he posted a fucking story of him kissing a girl. Like, and listen, like, I've tried the whole open thing, right? I really feel, and this is a big fucking bomb to drop on people on the first episode, but it's juicy, baby. We're just gonna do it. I feel like nobody really knows this about me besides like my close friends, but I don't think I'm a monogamous person. I think that I don't believe in monogamy. I'm not monogamous, and my relationships from here on out are just gonna have to be very like customized to what like me and whoever I'm with's boundaries are. Because I've shared a man before. Okay, I've dated people that have dealt with other people, and it was good. Like, I have nothing bad really to say about it. I feel like it made me realize that that's truly like who I am to the core. But listen, this guy, he tries to like drop all these funny things on his story, like thinking he's funny. And it's like, that's not Like, why is everybody trying to be on some, like, Nick Cannon Diddy shit? Like, actually, like, Diddy, I think he has a few girls. Maybe there's more that we don't publicly know about, right? Dana T and Carisha, for sure. And Nick Cannon has at least 4, right? And Nick Cannon can juggle those girls. He keeps them happy from what I fucking see. You know, some of them are cool with each other. Everybody's open about it. It's all good and happy. Okay, not everybody's Nick Cannon, sir. Like, you know, it takes a lot to be in an open fucking relationship. I feel like because I do OnlyFans also, like, a monogamous relationship would be hard. I would at least want to continue doing content with women, or at least by myself. And I feel like it's hard for me to come across, and I don't want it, but I feel like it would be hard to come across anybody super monogamous that would be okay with me doing OnlyFans, because we are just getting started. So definitely I need somebody who's like aligns with me. But I don't like when you try to come and like do it in a fuck ass way. Like, be honest, be communicative, be fucking real, okay? Because you can be a fuckboy in a monogamous relationship and a fuckboy in an open relationship. Like, it exists. They both exist. So now that we've gotten that fucking part out of the way, obviously my fucking thought process might be different than to what a lot of people, you know, think is like the norm, and I'm super okay with that. And I would love for somebody to interview me and maybe ask me some questions and put me in the fucking hot seat. I wouldn't mind answering anything related, because I feel like people would probably have a lot of questions, because when I just got into the lifestyle of it, I had a lot of questions and I didn't know who to ask, or like I didn't know anybody who could relate to me that I would ever feel like I could ask for advice. So if anybody has any questions, let me know. If anybody wants to be a guest, I would love guests. From now on, get used to this being a solo podcast. In the past, it's always been with somebody. This time, I think it's gonna be a lot solo and as many guests as I can fucking find. It's October. If you guys, a little self-marketing moment. If you guys happen to watch the last scene that I shot, if you know what I mean. If you're listening on the podcast just on audio, if you watch the YouTube version of it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you want to see how good I am at that, Twitter. Like, everybody that I've dated is just like not cutting it right now, so I need like new contenders. Oh my god, there goes my moco. Luckily, my makeup vanity's right here. I haven't used my soundboard, and I feel like I need to, you know. What other fucking life updates do I need to give you? I don't have a lot of friends right now. If anybody listens to this and thinks I'm cool and wants to be my friend and wants to hang out with me, hit me up. Slide in my DMs. Oh, recently, I want to tell this story. I was recently, after I shot the first scene that I made with the guy for my page, I was like, I really liked the video, and I was like, should I keep doing this? Like, is this for me? You know, one day I was driving to work, just really trying to process it, and a few hours later, I meet the beautiful, fucking amazing Kazumi. I'm a big fucking fan. I love her. She recently followed me on Twitter, so now I feel like I gotta impress her with my fucking skills, and I'm like trying to be out here and make content. But thank you. I love you. I fucking stan. I can't believe you fucking followed me. You're so awesome. Like, the way you stand for shit you know, what you stand for. You're a fucking marketing genius and I salute you, and I have never seen anybody do that shit like you. I don't give a fuck what anybody else has to say. In my mind, you are a fucking pioneer in the industry of today, and everybody's trying to get like you, bitch. Like, hello, queen. I recently tweeted that. She retweeted me. It's crazy how you see support from, you know, random people, instead of like people that know you. I'm just gonna say that I just got STD tested, and I love that every time I go to the clinic, and low key, look, listen, this is the fucking key, okay? I make too much money to qualify for like Planned Parenthood, but bitch, I lied in that application. And so I always go get STD tested, and they ask me if I want a plan B for future use, and I always say yes, bitch. So I'm stocking up, but I always give them to my friends or give them away to people. So don't think that I have like a crazy stock either, bitch. I hope no man listens to this and tries to nut in me thinking it's okay, because it's not. Dating and podcasting doesn't correlate. It's so hard because I feel like nobody wants to date anybody who podcasts because they're scared that you're gonna talk about them, and chances are you probably are. And everybody that I know that podcast has a rule for their partners that's like, you can't listen to it. But it's like, do they really not listen to it? Like, do you think they really not listen to it? I don't know. I feel like all of my exes, every single fucking one of them listens to this, hands down. All of my exes watch my stories still, every single fucking one, to this day, like literally on a at least weekly, and some of them on a daily basis. It's like, I don't know, very crazy to me. I know I'm cute, but get over me. Kidding, not kidding. I have bad luck. I deal with crazy motherfuckers all the time. And I'm trying to get out of that routine. I want stable men only, baby. Stable, tall, dark, handsome men. You know, I feel like I've been so much more like confident and sure of myself and firm on my choices and decisions and everything. And I love that for me. I feel like if I think anybody's cute, I'ma just slide. I'ma tell everybody that right now. I'm gonna have more stories next time. And I'm not necessarily looking for any I mean, ideally I would love to follow. I love love. I'm a fucking romantic. I'm a fucking like hopeless romantic to the core. But I'm not in a hurry. I don't want to compromise. I don't want to settle. I just want to find the perfect man for me. So this felt good. This was a good one. I didn't fucking cry, bitch. What's up? That means I'm gonna post it. That means I'm gonna post this one. So what's up? I need to get some other juicy shit in here before we finish and wrap. I'm gonna take a trip before the year's over because I've been working my ass off this year. More work, less fun. I feel like other years I've been more fun, less work, but you know, balance. I'm looking for a man to like travel the world with and like bend me over on balconies everywhere. Ideal. Men be bullshitting, by the way. This is to finish the warning regarding dating in LA. Men will literally lie to you and tell you everything you want to hear, including that like they want to move in with you, like have kids with you and want to be in a relationship with you, and then just ghost you as soon as, you know, they're done with you, which is really crazy. I'm not mad at it. I just charge that shit to the game. To be honest, I could be pretty savage too. But it is what it is. I don't let shit like that get to me because I know it's not personal. I know it's just people doing what they do. Where are the good fucking men at? Where are they at? Where are they at? On that note, we finished a full wine glass. What else do we talk about? I keep saying what else. What else? The fucking No Jumper Mike Malak fucking podcast is playing in the background. I want to say that I love TikTok, and if you don't follow me on TikTok, you should. Shout out to my nail girl, Maria. I need to get my lash extensions back because these lash strips are just not working for me. I have some business things that I have coming up, but I don't really want to get into that right now. I don't want anybody to give me like a mal de ojo or whatever. For anybody who's new here and wants to get to know me, I'm a Taurus, Pisces, Scorpio, and I feel like that's saying a lot, but take from that what you will. I guess I will come back with more for you. Peace.